So with my channel, I do like to talk about things that I think you, the wrestling fans, should know about, particularly when it comes to British pro wrestling. And I'm going to be honest, I'm shocked there's not more people talking about this. Hello and welcome to FTTR, I am Hugh McQuaid, and today we are talking about Clash of the Comics. Yes, we are talking about something completely different. No WWE, no AEW. We are talking about straight comedy wrestling, in particular an event that is taking place later this year, and I'll tell you more details about that in just a moment. But before we dive into that, please subscribe, please like the video, please comment your thoughts down below. I'll try to apply to every single one of them as we dive into this. So starting with Clash of the Comics. So if you were like me tuning into Progress Wrestling, you would have seen a nice little vignette and a great angle announcing Clash of the Comics. So Clash of the Comics is a big comedy wrestling show that will be taking place in London at the Eventtime / Hammersmith Apollo on the 8th of October 2025, and it is from the creators of a show that I really liked, Deep Heat, which is on ITVX. I think you can stream the entire thing, just watch it in the correct order because I did not. Damn you, ITVX. And the creators Max and Ivan, they've done a lot of stuff in the world of pro wrestling. They did The Wrestling, which was a live show that took place across the country and made sort of waves at Edinburgh Fringe Festival. If you're not familiar, that's a big comedy festival up in Scotland. And yeah, they've announced that they are coming back. The Wrestling is coming back, and it will be taking place as Clash of the Comics. A really cool name, really cool graphic, and yeah, there's some big names in the world of comedy and pro wrestling announced for this show. You've got the likes of Ed Gamble, James Acaster, Nish Kumar, Max and Ivan. There's a lot of names sort of that I'm familiar with as someone who, at the age of 28 right now, I grew up loving Mock the Week. Mock the Week was like everything to me. I thought it was so funny. It was my style of comedy, and as someone who's not a massive stand-up guy, my brother's like mad into stand-up. He's seen pretty much everyone. Like, he'll go see like loads of stand-up shows. Stand-up was something that I never really gravitated to, but Ed Gamble, who's obviously taking part in this, he was part of the Angle of Progress, have seen Ed Gamble live, and I think he's really, really funny. So overall, like, the talent that they've got lined up, I will put a big list across my face, but there's a lot of comedians involved in this. Previous shows at the Wrestling had people like Greg Davis, who's as a big In-Betweeners fan. Greg Davis was like insanely funny to me, but I just feel like in terms of comedy wrestling, and this is a bigger talking point, it is an art form that is underappreciated, particularly as we've sort of evolved more as a society. Comedy is, you see less comedy films getting theatrical releases. You don't see as much comedy being talked about. Like, there's some shows on the air that are comedies, but they're not thought of in the same way as your House of the Dragon, what's the name, Adolescence, like all these heavy drama shows that everyone sort of binge watches. Comedy is something that has flown a bit more under the radar, and I feel like this is what we need in professional wrestling at the moment. When you've got just fucking tribalism everywhere, people shouting at each other, everyone can get on board with a bit of comedy. And I think that the names that are lined up for this show really sort of understand what makes pro wrestling pro wrestling. Like, a lot of the guys and girls and people in between, anyone who is like involved in this show, I think they really get it. They understand. You can tell that just from the angle that they did on the Progress show, which I highly recommend you check out, because it's going to be, that's one of the coolest angles of the year, in my opinion. Like, it was just really unexpected and really funny, sort of blended reality with fiction. It had comedy, it had pretty much everything. It was really well executed angle, and that set up what will likely be the main event of this show. So there is currently one match announced for the show, and that was the one that was set up on the Progress show, and that is Phil Kill Wang taking on Ed Gamble. The battle for the belt. Ed Gamble has stolen the belt, and that is going to be the big main event. Now, I know you're probably just going to think this might be like comedians just goofing in the ring, but if you take a look on the website, the Apollo website, they have been trained. The comedians have been trained in this by Playfight, a premier wrestling school in the UK. You've also got the likes of Simon Miller taking part. Cara Noir is advertised as well. So you've got really insanely good wrestlers, and particularly Cara Noir and Simon Miller really understand comedy and can really use that for good effect in matches. I think this is just like such a breath of fresh air and such a really, like, it just gives me optimism and hope that comedy wrestling can and will make a comeback in a bigger fashion. I hope there's an audience for it. You've got the tickets going on sale tomorrow, Friday the 4th. So if you're seeing this video and you're in London, like, check it out. It's also in aid of comic relief. So you're doing a good thing, you know? You're doing a good thing. We all love comic relief here in the UK. So yeah, I just think that this is like going to be so fun. And I hope, I don't think it specifies on this website, but I hope it is taped potentially. I hope we can get a bit of goodness for the viewing audience at home, or I hope this becomes a regular thing, you know? Do it at the Ritz in Manchester. Take it on a tour, because I hope that a comedy wrestling promotion, if this is to be a promotion, maybe it's just one event, it might just be one night only, we might not never get another one of these again. But I hope it's successful. I hope we get more comedy wrestling, and I wish everyone the best who's involved with Clash of the Comics. And if you go, let me know down in the comments below, because I'd love to go. I'm from Stoke-on-Trent, so I'm from way down there. But this is something that I do want to check out, you know. I really want to check this out. So I hope they come to a city near you. Go show them some love. Go show them support. Support comedy wrestling. Clash. God, that was hard to say. Clash of the Comics. And yeah, link down in the description below. You can check out. Tickets go on sale tomorrow. Hope it does gangbusters. Let me know your thoughts on comedy wrestling. Let me know your thoughts on Clash of the Comics. Let me know if you will be going, and I'll try and reply to every single one of them. Thank you all ever so much for your support, and have a nice day.